Okay, Sarah, Orchard, how are you there? Do you want to kick us off? Because I can't find anyone from Sky. Yeah, just a sec, let me turn you up. Okay, Sarah, off you go.
A very good evening to you, Warren. Commiserations. You said in the build-up that you really wanted a workout, you wanted a more physical game. Is that what you got this evening?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely one that we needed. I think we will take a lot out of tonight, and it'd be good for us sort of building in the next 10 days for that first test. So, in fairness to South Africa, they started well. They were very physical at the breakdown, and we came to terms with that. So proud of the boys coming from 17-3 down. To come back and finish so strongly in the second half. So I thought we were finishing over top of them, and but it just goes to show. I think these test matches are going to be a real arm wrestle, and that's what it was this evening. It was as close to a test match as you're going to get.
Could you just tell us what you learned about the Lions this evening, but also what you learned about South Africa?
Didn't probably learn a huge amount from South Africa, because they did a lot of the things that we expected. They kicked a lot of box kicking, very aggressive and direct with their running, and particularly in that first half. But what I was pleased about was our set piece. I thought we scrummed outstandingly well. Thought we defended their mauls particularly well, and so there's a few things that we need to brush up in terms of a few accuracies. We got over the line a couple of times, had a couple of tries disallowed, and we felt when we look back at it, we've had a charge down where they've scored, and then we've allowed Colby to have a little bit of space, and they've from a kick where we felt on reflection we probably should have box kicked it rather than kicking it to the open side. So look, those are things that we can fix up and just make sure that we don't give them those chances and opportunities. We've done that in a few games as well, so there'll be a lot of learning from that.
Is there an injury update at all on Liam Williams going off for his HIA, and Wyn Jones looked like he was holding his shoulder?
Yeah, Wyn had a bit of a stinger in the shoulder, but I think he's going to be fine, and Liam will need to go through the HIA protocols over the next week to get his return to play. So, but apart from that, everyone else I think has come through pretty well.
And you mentioned in the television coverage that the arrival of Alan Wyn Jones is likely to see him return as tour captain. Can you just talk us through how that will happen?
Well, I'll just wait until he arrives tomorrow, and then we'll sit down and we'll have a conversation and talk about where we go from here. He's been taking a full part in training. He'll have 2 or 3 days of isolation before he can start fully training with us, which will be next Monday. So we'll just reintegrate him back into the camp, and we'll sit down. I'll sit down with him and Connor, and we'll have a chat about where we go for the rest of the tour.
Thank you, Warren.
Yes.
Jeremy.
Yeah, Warren, with Maro Itoje playing so well and Henderson playing so well, is it a formality that Alan Wyn Jones gets back into the test team?
No, it's not. He hasn't had any rugby for the last 3 weeks, even though he's been taking a full part in training and stuff. So, it's something that we won't make a decision on there. So yeah, it's gonna be a conversation about what we do with the team, because I think in the game at the moment, having guys come off the bench is incredibly important, and having guys who can come off and make a difference. And I thought our bench was pretty good today and gave us an impact, and that's going to be incredibly important in the test matches, that we have players who come off the bench and can really give you something, who can give you energy, but also that experience and ability to be able to change a game. So, those are the things that there's no guarantees of anyone being selected. So those discussions will take place after Saturday's game.
What did you make of them after all their COVID and isolation problems? Did you sense they were wilting in the second half, and that there was a sort of fitness issue because of what's been going on?
Look, I don't know. I mean, even though they haven't been training as a team, they've been training individually. They've been able to do running and conditioning and stuff. And a lot of their players have come from Japan or Europe and have had a lot of rugby as well. So I was just really pleased with us, just how strong we looked in the second half, and they started to flag a bit. There's no doubt that they'll benefit from having the game, and they'll have another hit out this weekend. But considering they were pretty much at full strength, and we got a good feeling for how it was. We needed that tough hit out, and the players are pretty bullish in the change rooms. I feel pretty confident that we can handle whatever they throw at us going forward, and we definitely will improve. We'll have to do a little bit of work at the breakdown area. We need to start a bit better than we did today. But as we got into the game, coming from behind, I thought we looked pretty strong and finished strong. And even that second to last scrum, scrummaging, pushing them back, I thought we were very unlucky not to get a penalty from that situation as well. So, I thought we a few calls went against us, but that happens in international rugby as well. So I'm not blaming the referee, but a couple of tight calls. We had a couple of tries disallowed. So lots of positives for us, and things that we can easily fix in terms of some of the things that we gave them to keep into the game.
Thanks, Warren.
Hi, Warren. When you went into this game, was there any sense of you not wanting to reveal your hand fully? Were you sort of keeping a few things back for the test series?
Yeah, there's been some plays and things that we've been working on that we'll work hard on next week. It's important that you want to keep a few things back, and we have been doing that. So that's the exciting thing about that. And like I said, the players are pretty positive about that performance, and knowing that we can still improve a lot. So I think it's going to be an incredibly exciting test series, and one where we can go in with a lot of confidence.
Hey, Warren, how's it going?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Just a couple of them, like minor things. I'm sure you're much more happy with the hit out again and a good test, but a couple of the things that the ref, couldn't go back for that look at Chris Harris. Maybe got late hit in the lead up to when Lewis going to try to close to try, and then the fact the clerk contacted, he got a yellow card for him. Just what were your thoughts about that?
I can't really remember the Chris Harris one. I definitely thought that there was contact with the head on the Faf de Klerk one. The officials saw it differently, and you just got to roll with it really in terms of that. They ended up down to 13 men in that situation. They gave away a huge number of penalties, particularly in their own 22. So I from myself reviewing, I thought there was definitely head contact, but he's given a yellow card, and you've got to accept that decision.
And the last one for me was Razzie was just having his press conference there close by, and he was saying again that they're playing the Bulls on Saturday. But he once again kind of mentioned the possibility that if it didn't work out, they could play you again. I suppose you could never say never on this tour, but to you guys, you're up against Storms on the weekend. Yeah,
I think I'd hate to see the game against the Stormers lost from our perspective, because those Stormers players, they get sort of a once in a lifetime opportunity to play against the Lions, and for that game to be taken away from them would be incredibly disappointing. I think the Bulls must be disappointed that they lost the game as well. So we really want to fulfil that fixture, and I think we would have got a lot more out of tonight than potentially South Africa. So I'm pretty comfortable with fulfilling that fixture, and then us being able to work over the next sort of 10 days or so. First of all, preparing for that Stormers game, and then for the first Test match.
Cheers.
ask about Connor, how he led the week, how he led in-game, and decisions that maybe you made when you were down to 13, sorry, when they were down to 13 men, tapping those penalties right over the scrums, and also, if you don't bring Alan Wynne back in next week to start, how comfortable will you be having Connor captain the team again in that test series against them?
Yeah, no, I was happy with the players and the decisions, and I think the fact that we decided to tap and go, we just wanted to work on that element of our game in terms of that physicality. Is something that we can use, as an option from an attacking perspective. And I thought we were pretty unlucky, just before half time that we didn't have a try awarded. That the referee had given a try for his on-field decision was a try, and it was overturned by the TMO. So, I thought we were pretty. If that had been awarded, it would have been 100% the right decision. And you've got to back the players out there to make the right calls and the right decisions. And I thought, he did a really good job during the week in terms of leading the side. And I was very, very happy with the way he did that, and I'm pretty happy with his performance also.
Were you surprised to see Wesley Rasmus running around the pitch as a waterboy?
It's a little bit interesting, yeah. So you won't see me doing that, but sort of different strokes for different folks, I suppose. A little bit strange. The director of rugby of South Africa being also a waterboy.
Well,
After that, we pretty much played the best available Springboks team, albeit then called the A team. Do you have a clearer picture in your mind about test selection, or is it more muddled now?
Oh, I think we've got so many choices. So the guys have a run out on Saturday, and like I said, it's making sure we get the balance between picking the right 15 that are going to start. But I'm also conscious of making sure we have a really powerful bench to come off and keep the momentum and have an impact. In that last sort of 30 minutes or so. No, we haven't really, as a group of coaches, sat down and started to talk about the test team. We've tried to allow the players to go in there and have 2 or 3 games, and then would start then sort of trying to nail it down. I mean, there's going to be some tight calls, and we'll start talking about that after this weekend's performance.
When you do have those conversations, is Tom Curry going to force his way into serious contention after that performance?
Look, I thought he was great tonight, but there's no doubt that Hamish Watson's has had a good tour as well. So, it's going to be, a tough selection call. When we do sit down after the weekend's match, I mean, there's going to be a lot of tough calls within the squad in terms of the back three, getting the loose forward trio right. A lot of the front rowers are putting their hands up as well, and there's going to be some tough decisions there too. So, we're pretty lucky that we have those tough calls to make, and it's our job, hopefully, as coaches, that we can make the right decisions. The team can continue to improve, and we can win a test series, and that's the whole aim of everything.
Hey, Warren, how tough has it been for Stuart Hogg the last while? And will he get a chance this weekend to
Yep, yeah, he was on the pitch today running, doing some fitness work. So he's been doing some fitness work. So, he'll definitely get a hit out on Saturday.
Lovely. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.